Good evening, my lovely, lovely mascots. This is Dr. Vani from Biotonic, and today, indeed, is a very, very special day. Not only for me, for this channel, but for all of you. Today, we are going to be doing a talk which is very close to my heart. There are millions of students across the country who have battles, who fight the problems of the teenage brain every single day in, day out, and there is absolutely nothing which most of their teachers or most of the academicians do about it, because they know no more. There is very, very little that anybody can do for them. बहुत कम ऐसा कुछ होता है जो कोई people can help, कोई कुछ कर सकता है. And for you to do well, for you to in every sense become an asset for your communities, for your parents, for this country, you need to first get over the problems which are here, which are connected to this place and here. So this is one of the most aspirational series of Biotonic, and we have somebody very, very special for you. Stay back for the complete session, and trust me, by the end of this next 40-45%, I can promise you that you will be changed as I was. Let me tell you a little story. Long ago, I found a book which was hailed transformational by so many people. You read reviews of the book and you will call it transformational. The book was, if truth be told, by a monk who resides in the Himalayas and who's one of the foremost, monks of India as of now. That book made me aware of the capabilities and unlimited potential of the human mind, and what all you can achieve if you set your eyes out to achieve that. I followed that book with another extremely beautiful, moving, profound book, which is called A Prayer That Never Fails. This book, which I read, led me to the lady who's going to be coming today. She is Sadhvi Vrinda. She is a graduate from the Sophia College, Ajmer. She's an MBA. The top most publishers of India, including Penguin, Jaico, HarperCollins, have all published her books. She is an award-winning, extremely renowned poet, author. Not only this, she has been transformational in the lives of not only children but adults. She's been conducting mindfulness, meditation, transformational workshops across these years for kids. I saw something which is called Zenrich, which she's been running for so many years now, and for the past 2 years she's been doing this online for the kids, let's say aged between 10, 11, 12, 13 to even 19, 20, 21. And every single person who's been in this workshop has things to say that this was a turning point in my life. And the moment I met her, I said, if she has the power to be able to influence thousands and lakhs and millions of people to lead a better life, to become better version of themselves, why not get her here for my Biotonians and make sure that your life today stands transformed. Presenting before you the respectable Sadhvi Vrinda Ji. So here she is, and with all claps and hearts and love in your hearts, let's have her on our screens. There she is. So good evening, and Sadhvi Vrinda Ji. It's a pleasure, it's our extreme honor, matter of a great pride for us to have you here with us. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Vani. So, I'm sorry, I'm not technically very sound. On my screen, I only see you.
Okay, but we can see you. We can see you loud and clear on our screens, and you're there, and the kids can see you and me both. So, and it's absolutely fine, and you look radiant. And I wish that we are all able to imbibe like a sponge today all the goodness that you have to give, Sadhvi Ji. And I hope that these kids, close to 700 of them watching you live right now, have their evening spent beautifully with you, Sadhvi Ji.
Thank you so much, Vani. I think you built quite a bit of an intro. So I will quickly get started. So, hello children, you've heard enough about me already. So, as is this thing in our Indian culture, that before we start anything auspicious, anything good, we seek the blessings of our elders or our teachers. So in this case, I will quickly say a stuti to my guru and seek his blessing. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Have you seen a little puppy? Whether in a home or on the street, they are so tiny. A 1 month, 2 months old puppy, very, very tiny. And then, every night it goes to sleep, and you see within a week or 2 weeks, its legs and its have grown taller, its tail is a little bigger, the ears, the face, the nose, eyes. It keeps growing so fast. A puppy within 6 months, it's so huge. The difference is so big. Like it was so tiny, and now it's just so big. So similarly, if you notice, last summer or the summer before that, you were not as tall, maybe not as
pretty or strong, but with every summer, is my voice better now? Can you hear me? Right. So what I'm saying is that just as previous summer, you weren't as tall or as strong, but this summer, you are taller, probably prettier, stronger, I'm guessing. And so what happens is that your mind is also growing. So there are two aspects to your mind. One is your emotional brain, and one is your reasoning brain. I can hear, my own voice. I think we need to fix something. So, do you think I should remove the earphones? Is this better?
Right. I'm sorry, kids. I don't mean to be doing this to you. I'm not wasting your time, but it's just a bit of a technical glitch, and we should be back. Right. Right. So as I was saying that, you're a teenager. You're growing very, very quickly. You can see the changes in the way your body is growing, your hair is growing, the way you're thinking, the things, the toys that you liked last summer or the years before in different classes, you don't like them anymore. So a lot of credit goes to your brain. So, and a lot of you are also bio students. So there's a slide that I'm going to show you, which is going to give you an idea what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yes. So, by this slide, what I want to show you is that you need to understand your own brain. There are reasons why you tend to have these emotional outbursts sometimes. They keep saying there's no voice. So
You're talking about my voice. So I muted myself so that there is no echo. You can continue.
Okay. How do I get rid of this chat? It's very distracting to my hide chat. Okay, I got it. Okay, great. I am breathing now. You, this is too great for technology. So anyway, I kind of hit them. I put them away. And all right, children. So getting back to, the reason that you have a lot of these emotional outbursts, your parents are saying something, your teachers are saying something, and you can't relate to what they're saying. You are thinking that they're curbing your freedom. They're not allowing you to watch that late night movie. They're not allowing you to go out with your friends. You like a particular boy or a girl. They're not letting you speak to that person, or they're not allowing you to take your two-wheeler out. A lot of these things, and you think that your parents are being very irrational. It's not that they're being irrational. They are thinking. Adults think from their reasoning brain, which is called the prefrontal cortex. You also have it, but it is still developing. And the funny and the strange thing is that your emotional brain, which is the amygdala, which is at the base of your head, grows in girls just by around the age of 11, and for boys about 13 or 14. So your emotional brain is fully developed by the time you enter your teens. But your reasoning brain, the one that does the decision making, the problem solving, that brain develops by your early 20s. And this is very credible scientific research. The point that I'm trying to make, Beta, is that when your parents or your teachers are telling you something and you think it doesn't make sense to you, or sometimes when your friends laugh at you about something, maybe you had a haircut and it doesn't come out very well, or your friends make fun of you, you might go home crying, and your parents will think, oh my God, what's wrong with you? It's just a haircut. So what if your friends laughed at you? Big deal, it will grow, your hair will grow. But at that point in time, your parents, what they don't understand is, say, imagine if your father has a lot of savings, and one day, because of the stock market or his job is taken or the entire savings are wiped out. Imagine how your father will feel. In your teenage life, in your brain, that event is equivalent to that somebody made fun of you or somebody said something critical to you. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? That is how affected you get by small things.
My God, Sadhvi Ji, that means losing the entire funds of the stock market is what a haircut is. What a lovely way to put it for the kids there. Yes.
But one, it's very true, because if you see, like even when we were teenagers, we would react very much to anything that teachers were doing, because it seemed like they were curbing our freedom or they did not understand us. And even teenagers, like even as a teenager, I used to think, why do I get so upset? Why do I get so angry? And later, when all that anger subsides, you think, why was I like that? And then you say sorry, and you are apologetic to your parents. So the reason I'm trying to tell you why the teen brain works like this, children, is that don't feel too bad if you feel angry, or if you sometimes end up crying, or you feel anxious, because your reasoning brain is unable to cope up with so many challenges that you're facing. What we are saying is that we are on your side, that if you could only understand the working of your own brain, that why you are a certain way, why do you want to talk to that person that you like in your class, or why do you want to dress a certain way, why do you want your friends to like you, or sometimes you know that you have exams coming up and you want to study, but you can't. Because what your prefrontal cortex, your reasoning brain, like I said, which does not develop fully till your early 20s, it can't decide, it can't determine between what is good and what is bad for you. Are you getting what I'm saying? It's like, do you know how many teenagers are involved in traffic accidents every year? The number is huge. Because teenagers, because their reasoning brain can't calculate the consequences of their action, by which I mean the parents will always tell you drive slow, drive slow, drive slow. But do you know that thing that the moment you get on a bike, you get on a scooty, you get behind the wheel of a car, you just want to go like that. You can understand that maybe the cops might catch me. That fear is missing. Your brain is unable to see the consequences, but I may end up in jail. That surprisingly doesn't worry you. So what I want to say with this is that all these emotional outbursts that you have, and the impulse to be liked by your friends, to do crazy stuff. I'm sure there are so many of you who do crazy stuff to just get some likes, to just get noticed. Every teenager has that thing that they want to be popular. So at this age, peer affiliation is very important to you. If you understand your behavior, it becomes easier for you to, not feel too bad if things go wrong. And so I want to show you the next slide, just a quick, since we have made them, we might as well show you. So the two sides of the brain, we've already said. I've said that the adults think from the reasoning brain and you think from the emotional brain. That's the reason that you sometimes can't get why are your parents so worked up. And so now, see, you have your emotional brain is fully developed. So the next slide, please. The emotional brain, so working with the teenage brain. So do you know what is it that your emotional brain makes you do? So you are inclined towards bad decision making. You already know that. Hyper emotionality. You get very emotional over small things, and inclination towards taking risks. You like taking risks. You want to do things that your parents are telling you not to do, or that you know are probably going to land you into trouble. You love trouble. Teenagers love trouble any day. So it's a part of your emotional brain, these responses. And there's a hunger for sensation and peer affiliation. Like I said, you want your friends to, like you, acknowledge you, and all of those things. And so this is about the brain. I hope you guys are with me and it's not too boring. So I was just wondering, how many of you are fond of the Marvel universe, where they have all these superheroes? And so maybe Vani can tell me, looking at the chat.
They are absolutely crazy, Sadhvi Ji. So I think the video that we are going to show them, I asked them also, do you like these characters, Captain? But they also like something which is called BTS Army. Are you aware of that? I also didn't know. It's a K-pop band.
Yeah, I just found out about it yesterday. So BTS, K-pop, and their most famous English song is Dynamite. I actually...
Yeah. Oh my God, you're so cool. Yes, and they're all crazy about that. So yes, but if you want to show them the video, we can do that.
Yeah, I saw K-pop. I said, what's going on with these youngsters? I don't know, because I come from a generation of, Macarena and Michael learns to rock. So I was like, so old.
Let me do a little bit of research. So anyway, going back to the Marvel universe. Now, some of my most favorite superheroes are Captain America and Iron Man. So Tony Stark, do you remember the first Iron Man movie? In the first Iron Man movie, if you notice, Tony Stark was kidnapped by the terrorists, and he's probably kept somewhere in Kazakhstan or whatever place that they call it. Now he had a little shrapnel in his heart, and he had to stay alive. So how did he get out of that place? He built himself a device. It would look like, if for a moment, don't think that it's a movie, think it's a real life situation. So he built that device that skyrocketed him to the sky and burned everything around. But so in the movie, it looked like that of course, he made it with his hands. But do you really think he made it with his hands? Was the device not first conceived in his mind? He had to think how he's going to go about it. How is he going to design every part, make it work? And then only you could get down to actually making it. What I'm saying is that you have an amazing brain. I know people have told you whether it's a girl or a boy, you're smart, you're good looking, you're handsome, you're sweet, blah blah blah. But has anybody ever told you that you're very intelligent, that you are a genius in the making, that your brain power is amazing? Because better remember, knowledge is power. You can be, my guru says that you can be tall, ugly, fat, thin, smartly dressed, shabbily dressed, doesn't matter. If you are well read, if your communication is good, you can walk into a group of complete strangers, of new people, and you can start talking, and people will pay attention. You will command their respect. And this is what I mean that, like I said, the reason we talked about the brain is that your prefrontal cortex, the brain is still developing. Whatever you are watching, reading, seeing, your brain is building. It's building itself. So, for example, what makes two students different from each other? A successful student, why is a successful student more successful than the not so successful student? What is the difference? Children who play chess, if you they will have, because they've spent so many hours studying the moves, or people who play piano or other musical instruments, because there's so much practice that has gone in, there is so much time that they've spent perfecting it, their brain develops in a different way. So the point we are making is that the activities on which you spend your time, if the whole day you're just texting or you're just watching YouTube for fun, and you aren't really helping your brain develop. Even the children, if you notice, you might call them bookworms, but the children who read, your friends, or if you read, you will notice that the friends or the children you know don't read are not as smart and as articulate. So these things shape your brain. There's a term called plasticity in psychology, in brain psychology. Plasticity means your brain's ability to adapt to the environment. So whatever your parents are teaching you at home, what you're learning at school, you're learning in these online classes, even the way you see Vani ma'am speaking to you, you will not realize, but whatever it is that you like about the way she speaks or the knowledge that she's giving, your brain is somewhere picking all of that up. So what I'm saying is that your environment and the places where you're doing your activity is helping shape your brain. So the students who are too cool into too much music, too much movies, you will realize they will never be good in, or they will never be good at study. Because all of that, I'm saying movies are great. I love the Marvel universe. Captain America is my favorite. So is Iron Man. I've seen all of the entire universe. But the thing is, that's not what I do whole day, or that's what I always do. I also meditate. I also read. I also write. So entertainment is one place, but building your brain requires that you balance it. This another thing, like you have Bunny ma'am. My master is Om Swami, and he used to be he had an IT business in 5 countries, and he gave up all of that to become a monk and to teach people like you and me to lead better lives, to use their potential, and just do great things in life. Imagine if Steve Jobs or Jeff Bezos spent all their time on YouTube or playing games or watching movies or whatever it is that you guys do these days, then would he create Amazon? Would there be an Apple? So the people who are successful are the people who spend a lot of time perfecting one thing. So there is this slide I want to show about. There's something that Albert Einstein said. Everybody knows Einstein. So let's take a look what he's saying. It's not that I'm smarter. I just stay with problems longer. You know how I was talking about chess? In chess, your opponent will calculate all his moves on the board before he makes a move. So similarly, when you're studying and you can't wrap your head around how do I remember this? How do I study this? This is so tough. Don't leave it. Stay with it. Try and solve it. Try and work it out. If not that day, do it the next day. So people who are smarter, people who are successful, people whom you admire are the people who don't give up midway. They spend their time looking for a solution. And so that is that. Now my question is, what else do successful students? You know, there's a difference, right? Some of you score in 70s, some in 80s, some in 90s. How do you think the person who scores in the 90s scores in the 90s? What is it different? It's not like he was born intelligent. Maybe a little bit, but he's spending more hours studying than you. And what is different? What is different is that person's power of focus and concentration is amazing. What will take you 20 minutes to learn, or 30 minutes, that child is so focused on his work that that child is able to get it in 15 minutes. So what do I mean by focus? So I'm going to show you this video in which, I don't know if you've seen the movie Kung Fu Panda. It's one of my favorites. In this movie, Po is a bumbling panda and he's very fat and nobody thinks that he can be like a Kung Fu master. But his master trains him. See how he motivates him and with what?
When you concentrate, you stink. But perhaps that is my fault. I cannot train you the way. 5. I now see that the way to get through to you is with this.
Oh, great, because I'm hungry.
Good. When you have been trained, you may eat. Let's begin.
Whoa!
After you, Panda.
Just like that? No sit-ups? No 10-mile hike?
I vowed to train you, and you have been trained. You are free to eat. Enjoy.
Hey!
I said you are free to eat. Have a dumpling.
Hey!
You are free to eat.
Am I?
Are you?
So, all right, children, what do you think you learned from this video? I would say, so did you notice that Panda is quite fat and Panda kind of doesn't like moving much, but because he loves food, he's so passionate about it, and he knows if he gets this right, Shifu is going to give him momos. So similarly, you have to find out what's your moment. What is it that you want to quickly finish your studies and then reward yourself with? If you don't have any motivation, if you don't have any motivation to, do something, then it becomes very difficult to go through the day to finish your studies. And look at the focus and concentration with which and the drive with which the panda was after the momos. So what the point that I'm trying to make is that every day, if you are going to, it's also COVID, all of you are sitting at home, and I know it can get very boring. How much screen time can you have? But if you can just promise yourself that I'm going to finish this particular subject and then I'm going to treat myself. And so that becomes your way of fine. I want to do my texting. I want to speak to my friends. I want to watch that video. I'm going to do it after I finish a bit of my work. So there are 3 or 4 very useful things. I hope it's not boring, beta. That's the last thing I want to do. I don't want to bore you. But these are very, very relevant things. So I'm again going to go back to what my master told. He says to children and teenagers, he says, या तो आप अगले 4 साल मेहनत कर लो, you work hard, or and have fun for the next 40 years of your life, or you can have fun now for the next 4 years and keep slogging and keep slaving for the next 40 years. Do you know what I mean by this? What I mean by this is, I'm sure each one of you know how parents घर में talk कि अरे वो फला फला का बेटा या बेटी उसको कॉलेज में एडमिशन नहीं हो रहा है या उसको जॉब नहीं मिल रही है, इतने पैसे खर्च किए and all of that, and the parents are very depressed, the child is very depressed. हो नहीं रहा है. Do you know क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? Because स्कूल में, कॉलेज में जब एग्जाम्स के लिए परसेंटेज लाने के लिए या एक कंपेटिटिव एग्जाम की तैयारी करने के लिए जो टाइम निकालना चाहिए था, उसकी जगह they spent that time on just having fun. If they could have just balanced having fun and study, the scene wouldn't be so bad. So this is what my master means. They study hard for the next 4 years. And you also know of people that they talk about, oh my God, that one's son is doing amazingly well. He's got this big package, or he's become a doctor there, and all of those things. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know of both the kind of people. The ones who are not doing great and the ones who are doing extremely well. So you decide, do you want to work hard for the next 4 years and have fun for the next 40, get the car that you like, buy the things that you like, go for foreign holidays? You can all afford that if you study now. But if you don't, you have fun, then you are dependent on your parents for a long time. And there are also a lot of relatives and uncles around you must know of, जो बेचारे सेटल नहीं हो पाए, उनके बच्चे भी बड़े हो गए हैं, but they are struggling for a job. Sometimes, beta, and believe me, why elders keep saying to you, padho, padho, padho. Sometimes it also comes from a place because लगता है we wasted our school time, we wish we had studied. So they cannot go back to that. And the consequences are that today they are not earning so well. The things that they want to give to their children, they are unable to. It's just a small thing to understand. I'm not saying don't have fun. watch, do whatever you like, but study. Now, I'll just give you these 3-4 tips which will really change the way you look at study. So, okay, look at this. First thing is, there is a little slide that I want to show about study techniques. The next one. There's one on study techniques. Next. Yes, this one. All right. So, okay. Children, what? There are 4 things. The first one is a daily study routine. Okay, now we can just take the slide off. Yes. So the first one is, there are 4 tips. The first one is that you must have a study routine. You must have a schedule. You must know from Monday to Saturday, 6 days a week, when are you going to study which subject. You need to know what are the subjects you are weak in and what are the subjects that you're good at. And there's something called, the master says, eat the frog first. I know you're bio students, but that doesn't mean that you have to eat the frog. This simply means, eat the frog means that the सबसे difficult subject, the सबसे difficult topic आपको लगता है, in any given day, you must tackle that first. Why? So another thing you need to know is that you need to study your most difficult topic when you are in your peak energy time, when you can perform at your peak performance time, which is probably in the morning, because in the night you have slept for about 9 or 10 hours. Your body and your mind are rested. You've had a good breakfast. Now, before lunchtime, you must eat the frog, which is finish all your important and difficult topics and subjects because that time your energy levels are very, very high. Post lunch, you start to feel lethargic. As evening comes, you want to play, you want to do other things, but you don't want to study. Don't leave it for late night. Try and do your important topics. Anything that's important, whether it's study or anything, you must do it in the morning after your breakfast, between your lunchtime. That's your energy levels are at the highest. Now, the reason that I said that you must have a study schedule is because, like I said, beta, your emotional brain, you are more driven by that. And so being a kid, you want to have fun, and we do want you to have fun. We do want you to play. We don't want you like buried under books. But like I said, we also want you to do well in life. So to strike that balance, if you're going to just leave it, चलो आज मैं देखता हूँ, आज मैं ये पढ़ लूँगा, या आज मैं ये कर लूँगी, आज मन नहीं. So ये मन क्या नहीं है, मन पे नहीं जाना है. अगर आपका एक रूटीन है, एक schedule है, that come what may, 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. I'm sitting down to study, and I'm going to study till say about 12. Then every day you should just work. And 12 o'clock I'm going to take a break. I'll watch a cartoon, or whatever it is that you do. Text friends, call friends. I don't know what's your thing now, or listen to K-pop, and then have your lunch. Take a little break. Get back to studying again. If you divide your study time, like a couple of hours before lunch, couple of hours after your lunch, a bit of in the evening again, you can have some entertainment. उसके बाद 1 घंटा फिर पढ़ाई कर ली, सोने से पहले फिर पढ़ाई कर. If you divide it, you can actually study without realizing 5 to 6 hours in a day, और आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा. Most of the children, their productivity is so low. It is so low. मुश्किल से वो 2-3 घंटे भी नहीं पढ़ पाते हैं, जबकि आप पूरा दिन घर बैठे हो. So it's totally up to you. You know how these big CEOs and all, and these IT professionals, अपना बैग डालते हैं morning में, they go to work, they do write these amazing codes and they do these amazing things. You can also do that. You're not going anywhere, but you can get from your room or your bedroom to your study desk. So you have to work like a professional. You have to take your studies seriously. वो मजा ही क्या when parents and teachers are telling you पढ़ लो. You should be like, these are my subjects. I want to do very well. And which is where there is this technique called the Pomodoro technique, which my master always says is a great technique, and many children and even adults have really, really benefited. This technique is called the Pomodoro technique. There's an app also by that name, and you can download it. So there's a scientific research behind it, which means जो हमारा brain होता है ना, our attention. Have you seen a little puppy? वो छोटा सा puppy है. अगर आप उसके साथ खेल रहे हो, you show him a toy, and he'll go running after the toy. Then somebody will give him like a little biscuit or something. Then the puppy will go there. So your mind is a bit like a puppy. Oh, it gets distracted very easily. And let us not discount. I totally agree. The syllabus that you have today, beta, is so tough. At our times, we didn't have it so tough. Yours is a crazy syllabus. You live in a crazy world. So how to make it easy for you in this crazy world? Research says that if you study or if you learn or if you focus your attention on any task for 25 minutes, your brain is able to grasp that. But after 25 minutes, it starts to get tired. The Pomodoro technique is, they have these Pomodoros. Each Pomodoro is for 25 minutes. On that app, timer लगा के आपने 25 मिनट के लिए पढ़ाई की. जैसे ही 25 मिनट होंगे, that timer will go. It will give some alarm. And then at that very moment, you stop studying. You get up from your chair, you move around you are going to take a break of 5 minutes. Whether you go to your kitchen, pester your mom, मुझे भूख लग रही है, give me a snack, or you want to quickly check your messages, do anything, and some fun activity for 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, you come back again. Sit on your desk, start another Pomodoro for 25 minutes. And do you know what is this research? The beauty of this research is, जब आपको 5 मिनट के बाद वापस आके अपनी डेस्क पे बैठते हो, तो जो heaviness आपके brain में थी, the concentration with which you were studying, all of that the brain forgets. This brain is such a beautiful, amazing machinery. You have no idea. You actually underestimate yourself. That's why I said that, you are very intelligent, very amazing. You're a genius in the making. It's just that you don't know it. You getting my point? You don't know what a genius you are. So your brain, after you come back from that 5 minutes of a break, it thinks that it's fresh, that it's got all that energy back. It doesn't feel tired. You try it. You have to try it. Vani ma'am is going to take you up on that. She's going to follow up and see if you've done that. So you have to tell her if that really works. And then 5 minutes के बाद you start another Pomodoro, study for 25 minutes, take a break for another 5. ऐसे करके you could have 6-7 Pomodoros throughout the day. So do check out that app, the Pomodoro app, and that would be really helpful. So I said 4 things. So I'm very big on recap. The other children that I take their sessions, so I keep doing these recaps with them. क्योंकि सबसे important चीज अभी तक मैंने जो भी कहा doesn't matter. Just think that I was talking stupid. Okay, I was just speaking some language you didn't understand. Doesn't matter. I don't care if you don't remember these things. I already see 36 dislikes. Great. Very nice. Very bad. I feel bad for those children who would miss out on these things, but you don't do that, okay? You listen to these 4 points because I'm telling you they're going to really help you. If you want to prepare for your exams, if you want to study, if you want to do anything great in life, उनका 4 रूल है, 4 रूल्स है. पहला है, doesn't matter whether you're a child or you're an adult, you must have a daily schedule of what you are going to do when. When are you going to play? When are you going to exercise? When are you going to study? And when are you going to study which subject? And when are you going to find time for your entertainment? Everything should go by a schedule. From the time you wake up till the time you go to bed, you should know what you're going to do. You should not be looking after lunch, oh my God, I ate so much, अब मैं क्या करूं? चलो कुछ time waste कर देता हूं. Not like that. Time wastage के लिए भी आपके schedule में जगह होनी चाहिए. I'm going to waste this 1 hour, or I'm going to do this for this half an hour. Have a schedule. You will do great things in life, children. I'm not joking. I go by a schedule. I wake up in the morning at around 5ish, and from that till the time I go to sleep at 11, every hour. In 15 minutes time, it's my dinner time. So that's how with the precision with which we lead our lives. So you must have a daily schedule. Write down when, what you are going to study, eat, sleep, blah blah. Number 2, eat the frog first, which means जो सबसे difficult subject है, जो सबसे important work है आपका, anything, it must be done first. Don't wait कि मैं easy subjects पढ़ लेता हूँ, ये difficult चीज मैं बाद में पढ़ लूंगी. No, don't do that. It's like make that habit. It will really help you in life. कि जो चीज भी difficult लगे ना, we are scared of doing difficult things. Don't be like that. Be like a maverick. Be like that whole Spider-Man, Superman thing. कि challenge आ रहा है, let me go and meet it head on. So finish the difficult thing first. Eat the frog first. That's your second point. Third is, I'm saying don't waste your mornings, beta, because you have very high energy levels. Your brain is rested from night sleep, and you have had your breakfast. Now your brain is very focused. It can concentrate. Those are so know your high energy times. There are also a lot of children who like to study late in the night. So know when can you concentrate well, and make use of that period. And the fourth one I said is follow the Pomodoro technique, because your brain, you can actually fool it. If you study for 25 minutes, take a break for 5 minutes, come and start studying again. वो 25 मिनट जो पढ़ा था आपने, वो tiredness को भूल जाएगा. Now, I had packed a lot of things because, see, also remember, I don't know you and you don't know me. The kids that I've been working with, they have known me for 3 years. So I can gauge. And यहाँ पे my challenge is that I'm looking at myself and Vani. And Vani is very encouraging. It almost looks like she's the student. So I would love to have so many students like her. So I don't know what your response is. So I don't want to pack too much. I had a lot of other material, but I don't want to give you too much. I just want to give you 4 things which I talked about just now, and that you're very intelligent. If you sometimes feels lost, if you feel upset, or you feel that nobody understands you, just remember that because you are very emotional, teenage is that period. Don't be too hard on yourself. Everybody really loves you in your family and your friends. And if your friends don't treat you a certain way, don't be too heartbroken. Just remember your brain is acting that way because you are so emotionally dependent. Your brain is, the reasoning brain is still building. And the last thing I want to tell you is there's something very nice my master says. He says that, have a vision. अब आप क्या बनना चाहते हो? Doctor बनना चाहते हो, engineer बनना चाहते हो, you want to be an IT professional. There's so many, you want to be a soccer player. There's so many professions today. I mean, it's a crazy world. You can do anything. You can make your hobby like your work. But the thing is, कुछ vision तो हो. जैसे गधे होते हैं ना, उनके ऊपर वो हम डाल देते हैं. You've seen वो bags डाल देते हैं बहुत सारे सीमेंट के, वो गधे चले जा रहे हैं. Don't be like a donkey, कि बस सब वो बैग डाल के बुक्स लेके हम पढ़े जा रहे हैं. सब donkeys जा रहे हैं तो हम भी लाइन में लगे. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं करना है. हमें we need to know where we are going. That if you are studying so much, what do I want to become? And where is the time? You barely have 2-3 years looking at you, and you've got to choose your stream. You've got to specialize. So I don't want to make like a big hour out of it. Like sometimes your parents or relatives scare you. ऐसा नहीं है. But at least you should know what is it that you're good at? What is it that your heart wants to learn? How do you want to earn your bread and butter? So vision is that I am, say, in class 11 and I've got these subjects, physics, chemistry, or whatever. And because of that, I have these streams open. By the time I'm in class 12th, I give my boards. I need to totally know मुझे क्या करना है. You should know that. So let's say, for example, you want to be a neurosurgeon. Let's say, for example, because dreams ही हैं तो बड़े dreams हो, right? We shouldn't be like मैं पान की दुकान खोलूंगी या चाय I will sell. Nobody thinks like that, right? People have big dreams. Question is, just सोचने से तो मैं neurosurgeon नहीं बन जाऊंगा. सोचने से पान की दुकान भी नहीं खुलेगी. Point is, my master says, what is the difference between a dream and a goal? अगर आपका गोल है न्यूरोसर्जन बनना, आपका गोल है एक डॉक्टर बनना, तो उसके लिए ड्रीम मीन्स मैं बनूंगा. Dream means, I will buy this racy car. I saw this latest Tesla, all those electronic cars. I am going to buy it one day. Great, you buy it, but I doubt it you will get there. Why? Because you're thinking about it. But if it's a goal, I'm going to get that Tesla. Or if it's a goal that I'm going to be that doctor and I'm going to study in that uni, then what you're going to do, a goal, how is a goal different from a dream? For a goal, you work towards it. You remember that study, that schedule that I talked about? You will work. कि ये मेरा goal है, इसके लिए मुझे ये entrance crack करना है. And if I have to crack this entrance, which means I have to study, which means I have to put in these number of hours, which means that these are the subjects that I need to have a strong hold on. Are you getting? एक planning है, एक preparation है, एक step by step, you have a plan. Even on all these superhero movies, with these Avengers, they could not have just taken Thanos just like that. They had a plan. And remember, you can make plans and life changes it, but you keep improvising. So even your superheroes have a plan. So please don't just be, just don't live a life just like crazy. जैसे सब friends कर रहे हैं, मैं भी पढ़ रहा हूँ, मेरे भी marks आ जाएंगे, कुछ कर लूँगा. Not like that. Have a plan, beta. Have a plan. That's what differentiates genius from average. Do you want to be? My last question is this. Do you want to be mediocre in your lives? Or do you want to do something good or great in your life? Do you want to be proud of what you've done? Do you want your parents to be proud of you? Do you want your friends to think, oh my God, this person really did well? Then have a plan. Have a vision. Have a goal. On that note, I'm super tired. We have a lot of other material also, but I'm not going to use that because, like I said, I can't see your faces. I can't gauge because usually I have sessions on Zoom, so I have a fair idea on the gallery. I can judge the children's reaction. My only prayer is that, and hope is that you got something useful out of this. So, like I said, I'm quite known for my recaps. I'm going to quickly do this. Don't underestimate yourself. You're very smart. You're very intelligent. Even you don't know it. Your brain is learning from your environment. You must read a lot. You must read useful stuff. You must listen to useful stuff. Don't just waste of your time. Have fun. Listen to K-pop. Do all that you like to do, but balance it with studies. Balance it with knowledge. And I said that successful people, what differentiates, what makes a genius different from an average, they have a plan. They have a schedule. And they tackle difficult subjects first, use the Pomodoro technique, and rest is great. And over to you, Vani.
Thank you so much, Sadhvi Ji. This was phenomenal. And did you just see the energy? They have never come in such large numbers in my class. They did one time. This is just double what they come. This is they are. Sadhvi, can we mute you? No, we need to mute Sadhvi Ji. Sadhvi Ji, can you just mute your? We've done it. Yeah, fair enough. Guys, can you hear me? There's no echo now. This was so amazing. This was super duper charged. No. Oh, they can't hear my voice. Oh, okay. So now is it fine? Guys, can you hear me? Okay, I was fine. We had some technical issues, but nevertheless, that was also not a dampener, Sadhvi Ji. They loved the session. I was constantly between hearing and between going there and commenting. Thank you so very much. But you are so amazing. You know BTS, you know Thanos, you know all about Captain America, and that is, and you talk their language with all the recaps, with Pomodoro, with the app, and especially with goal setting. With what differentiates great from average, with how they must tap in their time of energy. It could even be the night. It was so lucid. I am so grateful. But kids, I have a small surprise for you. I will also show you the link where you can go and maybe in your times of extreme turbulence, when you're very worried, when you're down and you don't know what to do, we will show you the link. I will also post the link on the comment section. It is called os.me. So this was just, we didn't even show you half this. कहाँ से mute है? Sadhvi ji, you're on mute. You're on mute. Yes.
Right. So, if you want to know more about what I talked about and where all this knowledge came from, then you must visit os.me, and so we can show them that slide.
Yes.
And you must go to os.me and check it out. I just said knowledge is power, and that's where you get a lot of knowledge on a lot of different subjects. So, yeah. That is, to know more about us, go to voice.me. Yes.
And do write down in the comment section how was the session. I'm sure it was overwhelming. The last question, they were all saying great, great, great. But if there's anything, I will relate to her. So if there's any doubt, any problem, you can go down there as well. But even if there is anything that you want to write down, yes, the kids have copied it down and they're putting it down in the chat section. Super amazing. But if there's anything that I can tell respect to Sadhvi ji.
And
Yes.
so my kids, because remember one thing, we should never be nasty to anyone in life, you know. I don't mind the dislikes, that's perfectly fine, but let me tell you one thing, you know. When we are mean to people, and I mean, when it doesn't matter wherever you are on the internet, when you're commenting, when you're saying something terrible, someone is taking out their time to speak to you, or to put up whatever they have put up. There are so many things, and they do this trolling, and they say all of this. It's not very nice to know why, because it will come back. Today, people hide behind their screens, no one knows who's there. But remember, life is very powerful, Mother Nature is very, very powerful. Anything that goes out comes back to you. So, do a lot of good. I had this very beautiful video that I wanted to show you, but we'll probably do it in the next session, which is very, very sweet. So, just be kind to each other, help somebody if they need it, and that's the reason that we want to do this. We thought that out of these so many children, even if we can get 100 children to do what we are saying, I'm telling you, you could be the next Steve Jobs. Now, don't say that he's dead. What I mean is that you could be really great, doing great things in life. On that note, thank you very, very much. It's dinner time and I'm hungry, so I'm going to go. Thank you, Ani, for watching.
Thank you so much, Sadhvi ji. We were honored and humbled. Thank you so much. So let it be now.